time to start getting an early jump on this. Let's talk about some motivation. Let's talk about some meditation. Let's talk about some inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. Like always, getting down with those 10 scrolls success. This is scroll number 2. Today we're on the 25th. Getting through the challenges that we face off against with who we are inside. Asking ourselves that question is what I'm doing today. Is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. It's one thing to sit down and to write things down. It's another thing to consecutively do it, to put yourself on a daily basis where you start to, rest earlier and start to get up earlier and start to get after it early in the morning, and to put the time in, the effort, and the ability. And so here we are today looking at what it takes to go within and what it means to be ourselves. And so here we are in this place, in this time, in this mentality to believe in ourselves and to believe in our ability. Motivation, meditation, and inspiration is about going within and finding a way to overcome what we face off against. And it's amazing when you're facing challenges and you're going through things that nobody else would focus towards, and when you're in that place and you're putting in that time and you're putting in that effort. I want to start talking a little bit about writing things down and what it means to see them in front of yourself and to truly start to manifest them. You got to plan your days in advance. You got to plan your actions and your abilities and your mentality in such a way that you overcome the challenges. And when you start to do so, when you truly start to use your gifts, your talents, and your abilities, they start to open up and they start to manifest in your day. Your week starts to become a lot more built around your mind. You see a lot of people out there, they stop themselves from growing because they forget what they're made of. They forget who they are and where their strength comes from. And when they give their mentality to this universe and to the Most High, we start to become blessed. Our challenges start to be overcome. Our mentality starts to open up. And so when you're looking at your skills, remember that a lot of the stuff that we learn in school, a lot of the things that we're learning when we're going through, they truly work in our way. They work in our ability to open up to a place where the skills that you have can be placed in front of you. As I read these scrolls every single day, on scroll number 2, it's starting to become a part of a habit. It's starting to become a part of a daily routine. And in the process of creating that routine, in the process of creating that habit and that ability, I'm starting to realize that routines start to open you up to your ability. And when you start to see those things start to happen in front of yourself and you truly write them down, you start to write them in such a way that the results is not a surprise, but it becomes a part of your daily routine, then the results come out of your mentality. And so when you're focusing in such a way that the ability within becomes the reflection outwards, then you give yourself that kind of time. And so one of the things that I've been working on is getting up early in the morning, getting the day prepared, going to bed early, getting the time, the rest necessary to prepare ourselves for the day, preparing ourselves before we start the day and how we're going to make it through that day. And so those kind of skills we learn growing up, those kind of skills we learn how to start doing that. A lot of times we forget the ability to know ourselves. We forget the ability to look inside and to find ways to overcome the challenges with who we are within. And when we're focusing towards that part of our being, when we're focusing towards that part of our journey, what matters is those little things that you do on a daily basis. It truly breaks it down to knowing yourself. It breaks it down to what kind of life do you want to design for you? What kind of things do you tailor your mind to? Do you tailor your ability within? And how are you using your gifts, your talents, and your mentality? And it really truly opens up the ability to focus beyond the challenges. There's a place within yourself where when you're willing to go beyond that, you become what you want to manifest. You become that focused. You become that skill level. You become that place within yourself. And it truly happens not on the day when you feel like it will. It happens when you're going within yourself. It happens when you're starting to know yourself, when you're starting to get to understand that your path, your journey. And when you're writing those things down on a daily, when you're reading those things out, when you're putting the time in, when you're in your times of mentality, when you're in that place of relation with the Creator, when you're in that place of your journey, that's when you truly start to prosper. You truly start to see your worth. You see your value. You see your mentality open up. And at a certain point, you have to look within yourself to what it means to be you. And so when we're focusing beyond the challenges and we're putting in the time and we're putting in the effort, how is it that you're growing? How is it that you're finding a way to overcome, to manifest, to believe in yourself and to believe in your dreams? And so when I look inside for the answers, when you look inside for the energy, the purpose, what kind of things are you putting in your system? What kind of things are you putting around you? What is it that you're manifesting on a daily? What type of goals do you want to achieve? What kind of dreams do you want to achieve? You have to look at yourself for those answers. You have to look at yourself for what it means to be you. So when you simplify it down to that, you say, if I'm going to do this, this is what I got to do. If I want this, this is how I'm going to get there. When you're truly on that kind of a path and on that kind of a goal, the things that are in your way start to move out of your way, and the things that are meant for you start to open up. And so when we're focusing to that point where positivity becomes the results, where we're focused towards positivity, where we're truly seeking it out, no matter how much the negativity is around us, when we're inside of who we are, when we're getting that knowledge going and it starts to reflect outward, that's where people start to see the meditation within. They start to see the path. They start to see that part of the journey where you are, where your ability opens up, where your being, where your process, where your purpose has a place within. And in that time and in that place where you look within yourself, where you look within your journey, that is what is meant to happen when you focus. That is what's meant to happen when you use your knowledge within, when you truly believe in yourself, and your relation with the Most High and your relation on this universe yields back wealth. And so I just want you all to start to see that you are the discipline. You are, however disciplined you are, that is your discipline. If you are inspiring people through that focus, if you are becoming so focused that it's not a surprise that the results are coming out. It's not a surprise that you're getting the energy. It's not a surprise that you're resting early. It's not a surprise that no matter the challenges you face off against, you come out on top because you are victorious, where you are on top of your game, where you are on top of your challenges. Preparation is a part of that process. And when you prepare yourself in advance, when you find the discipline to make the time to write things down, when you find the discipline to make the time to spend time on yourself, when you make the discipline to put yourself in a place of positive thinking, then the results come out. And that is what it means to become an inspiration. When you're focused to that point, no matter the challenges you face, you have to believe in yourself, and sometimes you have to pull yourself up to that point where you are discipline. I have learned how to do this, and I can do this. And when you do that and you become that kind of inspiration, that is the reflection. So every day I ask myself, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? I do hope that you all have a blessed day. As always, namaste.